Doctor, here's the last question from Trevor Mbutuma from South Africa, Eastern Cape Province. I would like to know, sir, on the book of Revelation 21:18, they speak of the wall that was made of jasper, and the city was pure of gold, like clear glass.
Yeah.
Yes, the revelation is not kind of clear on things, man. Yeah. So it doesn't reveal, although it's a revelation, it does to reveal things. It makes it like to make it seen by other people, you see. So it takes a deep knowledge for someone to know what the book is all about. And also, in my own opinion, I think they were kind of like speaking about the planet Nibiru there. I'm not sure if I'm correct, so I would like an explanation there also. Say what city is that they were talking about? Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
No problem. So again, you have to get the revelations of the Sabians to get the real revelations. However, in terms of those revelations, in terms of the last book of what people refer to as the New Testament, the master teacher already broke down and explained that book completely from beginning to end. Published on it, we have some small scrolls on the book of Revelations 21 specifically, as well as the Arabic rendition where he broke it down, because a lot of people don't realize that it was actually already this, it was originally in the Syriac Arabic. So they translate from Hebrew into Arabic and Arabic into Hebrew to confuse people. But yeah, the book of Revelations, Revelation 21, I'll just read a bit of it from the King James Version. It says, I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. All right. Now, when you go into and carry on, it actually then explains to you in the next. I'll carry on reading so that you can actually see. But it explains to you that they call it the New Jerusalem. Right. Let me carry on. Revelation 21:2, and John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem. Right. Listen to this: coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, right? And I carry on, and 21:3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God, it says the Most High, but is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God, right? And he says, and God shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, write, for these words are true and faithful. Right? That's when you say true and faithful, you're talking about the Amun. But let's go back to the top. It's talking about, I'm going to break it down for you as we go along, right? So it's not Nibiru that it's being spoken about. It's the crystal city that I mentioned earlier on that's been spoken about. Nibiru itself, the craft, the planetoid craft, Nibiru, is too big to come into the Earth's atmosphere. It can only come so close because as it draws closer, the pull from its force causes tornadoes and earthquakes and all like tsunamis and all kinds of things that you see happening on the planet. So it has to stay further away and launch this crystal city, right? And the crystal city is the one that they're talking about, because when you say it says, I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down. It's a craft coming down from where? From God out of where? Heaven. Heaven being above, prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband. So this is the craft that is able to pick up people that are ready. And if you keep going, it talks about tabernacle. We were known as the tabernacle, the holy tabernacle ministries, for those who remember and know. And the God that you're talking about is with men. This is Parnabab Yanun, the being that If you go and look and read Malachi chapter 4 verse 2, it tells you the Son of Righteousness will come with healing in his wings, right? And that he will be able to make things clear, right? It says, that's Revelation 21:5, and it says, and he that sat on the throne. Let me show you all a picture. I'm gonna have to do this, bro. I'm gonna disrupt a little bit. Grab that one. Perfect. You can put that back now, and I'll put this back. Look at the body of work. It makes things all clear. Look at the picture I'm about to show you. Don't know if you're gonna zoom it. Okay, there you go. You got it? Right, that's the being that is sitting on the throne, known as we were reading, what does, let me show you, I think you caught it anyway, but it literally says, the faithful informer, yeah, faithful informer, yeah, soul of the Pata'ite. That's the meaning of the word Amanubirakata. And then let's carry on reading. A lot of this book of Revelations, preachers don't touch because they couldn't break it down unless they listen to what Panda Babyanin was saying. Right, so it says, Revelation 21:6, and he said, so go back to 21:5, and he that sat upon the throne said, behold, I make all things new, right? The whole point of the master teacher coming is to be what? The reformer, to renew everything, to bring in the 24,000 years where he's renewing the 24,000 year cycle and bringing in the 9 ether and making everything new and explaining everything. And he said unto me, write for these words and are true and faithful. I just showed you where it says Amun. That's the term, Amun, the hidden one, or someone that is faithful. Make all things faithful. This is why all religion end with the name Amun, Amen, or Amen in their prayers. Let's keep going. And he said unto me, it is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of water of life freely. Anyone who's thirsty for knowledge, who wants to know, they will be able to receive the information, right? Religious people try to make this about Jesus, but if you go to Revelation 1, let's go to Revelation 1 quickly. We'll come back to 21, right? Remember, we covered these books like cover to cover years ago. We only go back into them when we are asked questions for those who are still caught in them. Revelation 1:1. The revelation of who? Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And listen to this. And he sent it and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. The angel, the word angel means, is the same word as Malachi, my angel. Maliki, Zodok, Malachi, Zodok, Malachi, Zodek, Melchizedek, the son of righteousness that's coming with his healing in his wings. All right, so let me keep going because you've asked a good question. All the people in the chat, don't worry, we're coming to you. We're coming to you as well. All right. Right, going on to 21:7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. And he said, remember, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, after me, only God himself will come. When the master teacher came saying he was God, everybody was like, what do you mean, what do you mean? But it says in the Bible, is it not written in your laws that ye are God? Psalms 82:6, yeah? John 10:34, Exodus 7:1 or 7:2. Go and check these quotes out. You are God, and he was that God that came to tell you that you are also God. We are also God, not the type of God that doesn't come down and sends his son to be crucified, but the type of God that comes down because he actually really loves his children to the point where he is willing to come down and do battle for himself and protect us. So when you're really thirsty, when you're really seeking truth, when you're really about truth, your thirst will be quenched. And but listen to this, 21:8. But the fearful and the what? Unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and warmongers and sorcerers and adulterers and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. The second death. You need the double resurrection. You need that, the new way, the new song. We need to learn that. And then he says, Revelation 21:9, and there came unto me one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials full of the 7 last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show you the bride, the Lamb's wife. Right? You go to the holy tablets, look at the back. You got the 7 thunders in there, where the Master has explained it, detail. And then the New Jerusalem is what you're really talking about when you're starting to look about the crystal city. When you're saying about the crystals, it actually literally describes the craft. It measures it, it gives it the different crystals. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me the great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God. 21:11, having the glory of God, and the high light was like unto a stone most precious, even like as Jasper, as you said, stone, clear. We've shown you the picture of the crystal city, all right? The crystal city with all the different stones. This is what it's talking about. Jasper, and I think we did the video on this as well. 21:12, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and all the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So again, it's just relating to these different gates and stones. And the 12 is symbolic. It's symbolic because you have 12 agreeable and 12 disagreeable elders that come together, known as the 24 elders, right? I would love to go through the whole of this, but, you know, given time. And it actually describes, so it says, 21:13, on the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. Revelation 21:14, and the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb, right? That's why we follow the Lamb wherever he goes, right? Let's keep going. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure, this is what I'm saying, to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. Revelation 21:16, and the city lieth 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth, and he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs, right? So these are a form of measurement, right? The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. 21:17, and he measured the wall thereof, and 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. Yeah, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on, but it goes on to talk about the destruction of Babylon, and yeah, but I know you only wanted the first part, 21, about the crystal, but it's the crystal city that launches out of Nibiru, the mothership. It was referred to as the mother plane by, you know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but the Master's taking that information further, giving you drawings, giving you everything, and breaking it down. Now you have to remember, when we're talking about Nibiru and crystal cities, these are fleets, you know, just like you might have an airline, you know, like British Airlines or Virgin Airlines or whatever. They will have different crafts that will have Virgin or, you know, American Airways on them, right? And they're different, like jumbo jets and all kinds of different crafts. So many crafts are called Nibiru, and many crafts are called crystal cities, and there are different types of crystal cities as well. Like, you know, you get the shams as well that come out of the crystal cities. So yeah, that is talking about the crystal city.